on.
Huh?
Phasma's on.
Charlie Wasmer are on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's one.
Stanley's on.
Alfie.
And Tarbuck's on.
Oh, it's a triple change.
Yeah, a lot of changes then.
Right. So who else? We've got Wasmer, Tarbuck, and Stanley.
I think that's it. Yeah,
So it's three.
looks it. 3 triple change.
Where's Alfie then? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
So we need to work out who's come off. We've made a triple change, boys.
Yeah.
We're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're just trying to
I'm
figure
gonna
it out.
let you figure it out because you know your players better than I do.
Samuel Fannion's come off. Let me see. Hang on. There, yeah, it's Bessie. So A.O. Fannion's off.
Fannion's definitely off. Yeah.
He's gone. So who else?
Lee's on still. Ben's on still.
Fannion.
Morrison's still out there.
As Cav-
Yearwood. Cope.
Cope's off. Yeah.
Cope's off. Yeah. So there's 2. There's a third.
Where's Kavanagh? Kavanagh's there.
Kavanagh, yeah, he's still there.
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Cam Murray.
Yeah, Cam's on. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. That's your 3.
We're
Stan.
going to get bored anyway.
After all of that.
More awake.
Yeah.
Well, it helps us to help you then, you see. So
Yeah.
It helps us to remember them as
well,
well.
there is that. Yeah.
It's done 3 subs.
I wouldn't have made King to come on.
No. I wouldn't have expected
So
that
we're
many
sure-
to
yeah,
come
we're
on.
sure of that, aren't we? There's no Jake Pope out there now. There's
And we're
no
back for the second
Fannion.
round.
Yeah, that's the first one. I'm just going to check him off as he doesn't.
First time I've seen you run in a very long time. Look at my Watson's roll.
19-7.
So 19 was who?
Samuel Fannion, Jake Pope, and
Who?
Captain Murray.
Who?
And on their place comes Charlie Wasmer.
We haven't got 19.
We haven't got 19.
Hollins. He must have messed that up.
26.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to second half commentary, where Gosport are taking on Taunton Town. We went into the break 1-0 down against Taunton, courtesy of a goal from Mouldin on the 40th minute. And from that moment on, really, Taunton looked the much more dominant team. But since then, Gosport have made 3 changes in the second half. So Tarbuck, Alfie Stanley, and Charlie Vasmer, they're all on. Jake Cope, Cameron Murray, they're off. I mean, Jeremy, I think that triple substitution, it really just shows how much it needed changing up.
Had to do something because it wasn't working. And what you've done now is you've put 3 regulars straight back on.
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah.
And also, crucially, that figures a change in formation because you've got 2 central defenders in Morrison and Wasmer working alongside each other. And also you put an attacking threat on in terms of Tarbuck and Stanley. It's certainly shaking it all up. And you've also the resumption of the Wood and Stanley partnership. So it could get interesting now.
I think it will get very interesting. And I can already notice it. The back line, it seems to be so much further forward. There's Paul Agbessi. He plays a short pass into Kavanagh. Kavanagh just nearby Pat and Joe's dugouts as he passes into Joe Morrison. And Ashley Yearwood, he's on the ball as he loops the ball forward, trying to scout the run of Harry Kavanagh in the right-hand channel, but it's well covered by Matthews there, the right back. He passes it back into the goalkeeper, but Joe Morrison with a very powerful header forward. It might be brought down by Ashley Yearwood. He excellently brings it down as he chips it over multiple players before eventually running into Corrick there in the centre of the park. He twists, he turns, just trying to get rid of that danger there from Agbessi and passes it back into Woodhouse, who's absolutely smashes the ball forward, hacks it far into the Gosport half, and Charlie Vasmer, he's going to be taking this throw in. But Jeremy, I mean, like I was saying there, we've made 3 changes, only 1 substitution left. Is it a little bit risky making that many substitutions so many early on?
2.
Oh, 2.
We're allowed 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But having said that, I think we had to do something. We were gonna lose this game if it carried on as it did. And we know why they've been careful in the players they've used today. We've discussed that, but just in case anybody didn't hear that earlier, it's because we're trying to minimise the amount of players suspended on yellow cards for Paul next week. At the moment, it's a minimum of 3. Could be up to 7 if we're unlucky. So by keeping the
Tarbuck playing a lovely through ball into Kavanagh right at the penalty box. Acres of space as he lays one back into Yearwood. Yearwood drags it towards goal. It's a save, and Dan Wooden buries the header home. That's his 17th goal this season. And Dan Wooden from that range, he never misses. And so early into the second half, just 5 minutes played at the second half, the 3 substitutions immediately all linking up. It was Ashley Yearwood. He was taking a shot towards goal. Parks, he made the initial save, so similar to Swindon. It was Dan Wooden just burying home the header, launching it over the goalkeeper, and immediately Gosport, they're back onto level terms. What a retaliation that is from Gosport.
The 48th minute, the scorer, number 9, Dan Wooden.
I mean, what a change. 3 substitutions, mate, Jeremy. Charlie Phasma with a long ball into Kavanagh. Kavanagh, a short pass into Yearwood. All linking up so nicely there.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's your answer, isn't it? That's what twisting does for you. Because suddenly they've given Taunton something to think about, and think about it they didn't get a chance to do. And Gosport immediately looking a lot more threatening. That's what they've been missing in the first half. That's what they were missing on Wednesday night.
Definitely.
Exactly. And it just summarises what we were saying in the first half. Be productive in the last third. Wow, you couldn't have done any better. And here they go again, look. Do you want me to?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Nearly the ball sort of finding the feet there of Alfie Stanley, and it was Harry Lee's attempted pass. But Taunton are, for the first time, on the back foot. And we haven't seen that at all this afternoon. So, but they're only going to have a small window of opportunity here to make this count before Taunton see what's been done and they react appropriately. So they've got a window of opportunity here to sort of do some damage before Taunton amend their tactics to suit. So Dan Wooden's just slipped the pass through to Tarbuck, who's been sat on the bench for the first half. Kavanagh now on the right-hand side. He's got 2 players just shutting him down, but Kavanagh in as well. Tarbuck now slips the ball left. This is Yearwood with a little bit of room. No, he hasn't, but Wooden has got space to shoot. But it's a curling, high looping effort over the bar for a goal kick. But isn't that better?
Yeah, definitely.
You've seen in the first 5 minutes of the second half what you haven't seen for the last 1.5 matches. And I like it. But what that does mean is it's 1 apiece now. And it's an if, this is the way it finishes, there will be a penalty shootout to decide who goes through. But that's a big if, because we've still got a long way to go.
Definitely.
And a lot of football still to be played. You back?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think it was such a good goal. I mean, taking long to describe.
Yeah, taking a while to tweet about it, but Gosport now having an abundance of possession that they didn't have in the first half. So Kavanagh, and what they've done is they're actually stretching Taunton using the width on both flanks, and they're playing Stanley actually slightly. No, not sorry. They've pushed Harry Lee out wide left, and you've now got Tarbuck and Kavanagh on the right, and they are.
They're linking nicely, yeah.
They're stretching the visitors a little bit now.
And this is where you got to make the pitch as big as possible. And I suppose where home advantage comes in, especially as they will know the pitch inside and out.
Well, it's all about making the pitch large. It's actually one of the largest pitches in the league, and it's been narrowed twice because back in the Wessex League days, the touchline was almost out here.
Was it?
So
Wow.
they've narrowed the pitch twice in recent years to make it sort of slimmer than
Yeah.
it was. But you had an extra 2, 3, 4 yards either side to play your football.
Well, they're very interesting. Would have been cool to go back in history. But I mean, after a lovely pass from Charlie Phasma leading to the goal, he did a horrible pass there into Corrick. But it was Joe Morrison. He redeemed Charlie Phasma's mistake there. And Gosport, they're already looking to carve out another attack as Tarbuck. He's coming forward, doing a pass short into Stanley. Stanley inside this Taunton half. And long ball is looped forward. Can it find Ashley Yearwood? It's brought down. The flag has gone up. And Ashley Yearwood, he's still fired over. But Jeremy, it just looks like immediately, it's not just the players that have made a difference. It also looks like Pat and Joe said something that just looks like it's changed the mental side of the players as well. Looks like there's this real energy that's been installed after the break.
Yeah, what a difference. I think, like I said to you, if they had carried on status quo, we'd have lost this game.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
But you now, what they've done is and Brad Tarbuck needs to wind his neck in it. Look out, I think.
And he has been given a yellow card for
it.
talking
He's
to the
now out of
referee.
full next
Yeah.
week. He's done for.
Well, that is something you don't want to do. And that's where you just got to, yeah, exactly. You got to control your players in that situation.
Yeah.
So you will not be playing against Paul now.
That's 4 out.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. He didn't need to do that there. And I'm sure he'll be talking to the coaches. I would imagine Pat and Joe won't be too happy with that. But in all fairness, Taunton, they pulled a tactical foul there. I mean, Parks, he's gone down. I would imagine it just gives both teams a chance. And Taunton, the visitors, they needed this chat more than
To
Gosport.
be fair, the more disappointing thing for me there is that Tarbuck couldn't control himself.
Mm.
And he knew the situation coming into this game. That's why he sat out the first half. And within 5 minutes, he's in the book. That's 5 yellow cards. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Don't keep arguing.
So he needs just to wind his neck in now, really. Otherwise, he'll be off, and it'll be a too-match ban.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to. The management needs to have a word with him. He just needs to walk away. Walk away. Walk away. No, look, just walk away.
Well, I can understand one word with the fourth official, but once you keep hassling them, I mean, look, he's still looking over to.
Yeah, no, he needs just to walk away from this because otherwise yellow will be a red and that'll be a 2-match ban at least.
Well, definitely. I think we need to try and get him on the podcast. He can do all his talking, as much talking as he wants on the podcast, less talking on the pitch so much. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get that beeping sound ready for it. But either way, because of what has just happened, Taunton, they've got a free kick just outside the box, which will be taken by Parks. And they have just had that team talk, Taunton. And what would their manager be saying to the players after how good Gosport started the half?
That is the tweak that I expected to see because, as I said to you a few minutes back, Gosport, but Taunton would get wind of it and adjust to suit that.
Do you think?
Now done that.
Do you think we needed to capitalise more on the chances we did take there? Because we did take 3 at least good opportunities there.
We've equalised and we're back in the game. But yeah, when you catch teams out like that, you need to absolutely make the most of it.
Well, Gosport, we're still defending well as Kavanagh. He's coming forward. He's got 1 assist in this game as he tries to skip past Jones there. He's applying heavy pressures. He passes back into Tarbuck. Tarbuck with a pass into Stanley inside the half. As Tarbuck, he does well just to marauder pass forward into Dan Wood and playing it instantly back to the winger. Now Asher Yearwood inside Taunton's half as he looks to pounce forward up the field. He's got Harry Lee to the left of him. He's got Paul Agbessi behind him. He's even got Harry Kavanagh on the opposite side of the pitch. Goes short for Agbessi. And now Finney Wall-Smith, he's going to play it across into Kavanagh. Kavanagh, he's trying to get past number 16, and he does. He passes it into Tarbuck. Tarbuck with a lovely floated ball back into Kavanagh right at the penalty box. Just slowly runs out of play. Just panting nicely. Just a little too hard hit there. But once again, I'm enjoying seeing this link up between Kavanagh and Tarbuck. And it's just annoying Tarbuck will be missing that game because he's such a crucial player for us.
Yeah, and that means 4 missing next week now due to suspensions, which is going to give Joe and Pat a massive headache when they sit down and try and plan that one out. I spoke to Pat before the game, and they are, I believe, going to bring in 3 or 4 of the under-18s.
I was going to say
to fill the bench because they are going to need to have all their senior players out on the pitch that are left. And his biggest fear, though, is an injury for today because don't forget, Adam Castle was quite badly injured last week. So his worst fear is having another injury.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we don't sustain any injuries. But Dan Wooden, he's right. And he does a long throw in into Tarbuck. Tarbuck chips it over into Stanley. Stanley with a good touch, but in the nick of time, Corrick did well, just getting back, jockeying Alfie Stanley off the ball and hacking it far into the Gosport half. Finney Wall-Smith, he's got on the end of that long clearance and he passes back into keeper Gosney. The former Salisbury keeper, he brushes it into Joe Morrison. Morrison with his dreadlocks, he comes forward, passing it into Kavanagh. Kavanagh into Paul Agbessi, playing in a more midfield role today. And he loses the ball, and Taunton, they may be able to counter with that attack as they look to come down the left-hand channel. Ooh. And they have got a throw, which will be taken by Matthews, and it's short into Hodgkinson. And the throw eventually has been won by Paul Agbessi as he looked to clear it only as far as number 12. And it's gone out for another throw in a very similar position, which will be taken by Matthew. It's more or less just boomeranged back to the winger. And Matthews, he's going to be looking to take another long throw in, and it's a rubbish throw in. It's even a foul throw-in the end. So Gosport, they're going to make the most of this throw-in. It's going to be taken by Harry Kavanagh. He's telling all the yellow bodies to move far up. So he has a long throw-in himself as he launches a missile into Dan Wooden. And it's done well enough. Yeah, just trying to slowly progress up the pitch. And Tarbuck, I mean, he's definitely in a hurry as he launches the ball forward. It's gone straight down the throat of Parks in goal. as he gathers it nice and comfortably, looking to bowl it out. And he will bowl it into his defender Woodhouse there. Woodhouse doing a short pass just to his midfielder and just playing it through, trying to pass it through the lines of this Gosport attack. So far, they have struggled in the second half, Taunton, after having a much better start in the first half. As Smith, their captain, he's coming down the right channel, passing back into Matthews. Matthews with a long ball, trying to link it up with the run of Corrick. Corrick does well to keep it in play, but by keeping it in play, it meant Paul Agbesi could get on the end of it. And Gosport, they're counting. It's end-to-end football so far within the second half. As Dan Wooden plays it into Asher Yearwood, just outside of the centre circle, inside the visitors' half. So he lays the ball into Harry Lee. Harry Lee, he's striding forward, edge of the box. He's passed it into Asher Yearwood. Yearwood looking to cut inside. He's got past a lot of defenders. Just wanted to try and play that final pass across into Harry Lee after getting past multiple defenders. But in the end, Jeremy, he did well enough to win Gosport a corner. So he did his role.
Run there from Asher. He's a different player this half as well. Yeah, really marauding into their area, and but it's really nice to see the upturn in the performance for this half. It's lovely to see.
But it's not even just on the field. I mean, the atmosphere's totally changed since the first half. We're hearing chants around the stadium, and can that have an impact on the 11 Gosport players on the pitch? As Tarbuck loops in a corner, finds the head of Paul Agbesi, and he just can't make good enough connection as it fizzles all the way back out for a throw-in on the near side. Luckily, it will be a Gosport throw-in with the last touch just coming off of Matthews there. But I found it, well, just so close there, Agbesi, to getting good connection with the ball.
He was a little unlucky there, Paul, but I would say it would have been a miraculous if he got it on target.
And there was a long ball there from Tarbuck, but it's gone into the far side. But it is caught by Dan Wooden. He plays a pass back into the danger zone. It just can't connect with Bradley Tarbuck. He's still chasing down the ball after Corrick was the man to get on the end of it. There's 3 Gosport players applying heavy pressure, but Taunton there moving the ball around nicely with Smith. I was going to say, Paul Agbesi went sliding in on Smith there. If it goes wrong, it's bad. But if it goes right, like he did, superb challenge. Yeah. We've had a few challenges like that this season where if they do go nicely, it's going to look so nice on the highlights later.
Talking about reviewing the highlights, did you watch it back, the Finn Walsh-Smith penalty that he conceded last week?
Yes, I did. Never.
Never.
I said exactly the same. He made such good connection with the ball. Admittedly,
So blatantly obvious. So we said it at the time, it was the wrong call, and I don't change my mind now. And I watched it back about 20 times to be absolutely sure.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah. And
Almost as much as James's videos will allow me to do. But yeah, since we're on the subject.
Well, Kavanagh loops in the ball towards the near post, trying to pick out Alfie Stanley, and it's once well defended there by Woodhouse. And Taunton looked to counter, but Asher Yearwood, he gets in front of all the attackers, does his defensive duties, and Gosport getting on, starting to pass around from the midfield area. And Asher Yearwood, he's not only excellent attacking, but he's doing his defensive work today as well.
Yeah, I think the changes have galvanised Gosport, and the second half is night and day different to the first. And we've got half an hour left, so there's plenty of time for this game to develop yet.
Yeah, well, I feel like the last 10 minutes in particular, that's going to be where it gets extremely spicy, shall we say.
If it stays at 1 apiece and you're heading into the last 10 minutes, then yes, it will be.
Yeah. Well, Taunton there on the attacker is Matthews. He lays in a ball. It's a good ball into Corrick. Acres of space. Can he go for a shot? Finley Walsh-Smith gets back, but he trips. Corrick still on the ball, passing it into Molden, and Molden can't finish. Slicing wide. It did take a final nick off of Finley Walsh-Smith, and there will be a corner ball. But you just thought there for a split second, Molden, he had all the time in the world, all the space, should have most likely done better there if it wasn't for Finley Walsh-Smith.
I'm sure he'll be disappointed with that, but Finn needed to be very, very careful. He made the crucial block first time round, but then he went in.
Well, ball has been in, swung. Goalkeeper Gosney, he has missed it, left of the penalty box. It has been smashed by Jones, and it's gone too far over. Smith couldn't get on the end of it, and it has gone out for a goal kick. We have now seen there will be a change, so it's going to be Tom Purrington coming on, and it's also going to be Morgan Lewis coming on. So 2 attacking changes, but who's going to be coming off?
Well, luckily we've got our Taunton colleagues to tell us.
Jack Matthews is out.
Well, he's not going to show us.
Yeah, so Jack Matthews.
So Matthews is going to be one of the
So
players.
Jack Matthews and
Morgan and
David
David Rue is off.
Daru and Matthews, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank
It
you,
looks like
gents.
it will be a
Appreciate that.
change in formation.
Yeah.
But maybe we need to get a message down to your guys to show us the board, otherwise we're going to be a bit
We
screwed.
usually do, I don't know why
Maybe they just don't like us. But yeah, we couldn't see the boards, but we have now confirmed Purrington, he came on, and also Lewis, he's also come on. Daru has come off.
Lewis, place number 14 and David Daru, and 16 Jack Matthews.
Well, as you just heard there from Jeremy, they are the two substitutions. Yeah, make a little sly remark there.
He's not normally kept there.
If we didn't have you guys here, we'd have been a bit screwed then.
We would have.
One of us would have been going.
Yeah, we'd have been going down.
Well, either way, those substitutions look to be linking up as Smith, he was on the ball there in the attacking half. But Gosport, they've won it back well. It's Kavanagh. He's striding down the right-hand channel, laying a pass across back into Ashley Yearwood, similar to that first goal. Yearwood laying it into Harry Lee. The flag has gone off, though, on the near side, marking for offside.
Yeah, it was.
It was a tight call, I thought, there, though.
Ish, but it was the right one.
Yeah.
I've got no arguments with that.
I can see what Harry Lee was trying to do there on the overlap. Just trying to, and two attacking changes. So it just shows what they're going to be like for the final 20
It
minutes.
shows you the game's there to be won.
Mm.
And we've made our big twist.
Oh, Dan Wood has won the ball, and he's still in the bottom left corner. That is a terrible mistake from Parks. Out in no man's land, passing it straight into Dan Wooden. Dan Wooden outside of the box, passing it into the bottom right corner. He won't have many easier goals from that. We were just talking about the substitutions. Nobody really saw that coming. Parks, he will not want to watch that back later. That is a stinker from the Taunton goalkeeper. Dan Wooden, he won't have many gifts easier than that. And Gosport, we now lead 2-1 here at the AI Stadium.
Number 9, Dan Wooden.
Jeremy, that is a complete gift. It's not Christmas yet, is it?
Not yet, another 2 months as far as I'm aware. But I mean, to be fair, the lad will not want to be.
He
seeing
will
that.
definitely not.
That was a bit of a.
It was a stinker.
Yeah,
I would give him the assist. Yeah.
Wooden still had to finish it. So.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what,
So far behind.
Gosport on their second half display deserved it, but we still got a long way to go yet. This is far from done.
Indeed.
Far from done. So if you're doing that, I will talk everybody through the next few seconds. Now, Gosport 2-1 up, a bit of a turnaround. Now, mainly inspired substitutions from the management team at half-time. Taunton have reacted by doing 2 of their own, but yes, a horrendous error at the back for them. Just shows you how easily it can go wrong for either team, because Morrison as well, with his sort of moment of not looking for his goalkeeper a little while ago. So here we go again then. 2-1, Gosport lead with about 25 minutes to go. So there's a long way to go in this FA Trophy tie, but again, you still sense it's anyone's with Taunton being gifted possession here. So what can they do with it? Long ball forward towards the run here of Nielsen. Nielsen, he should get the better of Wasmer here, and it's over. The cross was from the right-hand side of the penalty area. Now, excuse me, I think he had a little bit more time there just to have a split-second think about what he could do. But Taunton, he did have support, in fairness, from Tom Smith, but maybe he just reacted a little too early. As an aside, actually, it's interesting to see, and I had a joke with our Taunton colleagues about it, that a lot of mullets here.
Yeah, there are, aren't there? Yeah.
Tom Smith, the captain, has got a cracking mullet, actually, and they've actually started selling them wigs as merchandise. So you've actually got supporters here as well. Oh, I've been asked to add it as a ginger. But I'm not taking the mickey out of that. I think it's inspired that they then had the entrepreneurial spirit
Yeah.
to start selling them. But crucially, back to the game though, Gosport lead 2-1, having turned it around, and Taunton now have it.
Oh dear.
Here is the aforementioned Tom Smith in the area, but he's got help in terms of Jaden Nielsen squares the ball to the right towards the penalty spot. Gosport do get it away through Yearwood. Back comes Stanley to pick it up. Then Will Smith now coming forward. Gosport building out from the back. Stanley switches it out there. Harry Lee now switches it back towards Stanley in the area. Gone from one penalty.
Oh, Tobak! And he slots it in the bottom right corner. What a well-crafted goal that was. And Gosport, just like that on the counter, we now lead 3-1 at the AEI Stadium. And after that first half, who would have thought that, leading 3-1? What a goal. Yeah, what a finish that was from Tarbach. I mean, Jeremy will just talk us through that goal after doing the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal for Gospel Borough in the 68th minute. The scorer, number 7, Brad Tarbach.
Well, Jeremy, it just shows how quick that goal was. I was still in the middle of doing a tweet, and then Tarbach just scores like that. Just talk us through the goal.
Yeah, it was literally a cracking move. It built out from the back. The Taunton move broke down at the other end, and it was a ball played out from Finn Wall-Smith. Then Alfie Stanley took it on, linked up well with Harry Lee. Harry Lee returned the pass inside to Stanley. Stanley then managed to get around them in behind the Taunton defence and squared it to Tarbach, who had all the space and time he needed. And it really did just cut Taunton open. It was just literally a knife through butter. And I'm sure that obviously our visitors will be quite concerned at that goal going in. Because, the move, the fluency of the move, the speed. And we were saying at half-time, weren't we? You've got to be better in the final third. That's our reply. That is our reply.
And you have to give Tarbach his duties. What a finish that was.
So now, Gosport lead Taunton by 3-1. Quite the turnaround when at half-time I said to you, if we don't change anything and nothing changes, we're losing.
Yeah, definitely.
But now, it all started from that triple change for the management at the break. Woodman's almost instantaneous equaliser, and then Gosport have gone on to build on that to go 3-1 ahead. And now Taunton have got it all to do. Now, an hour ago, we wouldn't have been saying anything.
No, we wouldn't. We were exactly saying that in the first half, though. It was a dreadful first half performance, but like I said, by hanging in just one goal, being 1-0 down, it's exactly similar to Gloucester come out 2 different teams in 2 different halves. And they're once again on the attack now, coming down the right with Harry Kavanagh, Jeremy.
Marauding, as he likes to do. But Tarbach just linking inside to Yearwood here. An exchange of passes. Tarbach tries to get it across from the right-hand side, charged down by the first defender. Yearwood just trying to control the ball. Handball claims don't think so. But the ball runs safely out of play there for the goal. Back?
Not yet.
Okay, it's fine, no problem. So Taunton have the goal kick then. And Gosport have 20 minutes left now. 3-1 up. So as things stand, things going very well. But we know from football, through bitter experience, how things can change.
I was going to say.
So let us not invite anything.
This is a chance, really, where we need to, rather than just sitting back, still carry on how we've been playing throughout this whole second half. Just keep going attacking and try and get as many goals as possible. Would you stay that way, Jeremy?
I think at 3-1 now, you've got to start looking at your game management. You've got to start looking at being sensible. They've worked very, very hard in the first 20 minutes, and there's another bit of a clanger there from the Taunton defence. But you've got to look now. You've done the hard work. The first 20 minutes of the second half, okay, they've changed it up. They've come back from behind. They've built a lead. Now you're looking at it. You've got 20 minutes to go. Don't overstretch yourselves now.
Yeah. Well, I was just watching the Taunton manager, and he was pointing towards the far corner. Looked like he was signalling to Smith, just get up as far as possible. And for a game plan, it's pretty simple. Just keep attacking at this Gosport defence now if they want to stay in this competition.
Taunton's manager, Rich Luffman, isn't actually with us today. I believe he's on holiday in the Middle East. We're lucky man. So I believe that'll be his number 2 looking after things downstairs. But what a penny for thoughts in that man's head.
And I was going to say, they will be making a substitution. Hopefully we'll be able to see it this time, but you never know. Well, hopefully before Jeremy will do that substitution change, you might have a goal one to do. It's Gosport, they're playing out from the back as Gosney. It's gone all the way back into him. So he looks to launch a missile forward. It's a rocket that will be nodded down by Tarbach. And it does find the body of Harry Kavanagh. He can't keep it in place. He just passes it out, and it will go out for a throw-in. And the manager, he is currently getting frustrated with the referee, saying he does want to make that change. But before we see the change, we're just going to see this last little bit of an attack. It's going to be substitute Lewis. He's taking a throw-in, literally just in front of the Taunton manager. as he passes it into Corrick. Corrick, he's trying to just wriggle away from Agbesi. Agbesi, he's too strong coming forward. He runs into Corrick, and Corrick wins back after losing the ball. And it's a heavy hit back pass, and can it keep... It is kept in place, sorry, by Jones there. It's Jones. He looks to fire a ball forward, but it's hit the inside of Finley Walsh's boot there. And it will go out for thrown on the far side near the Harry Mitson stand, 40 yards away from goal. So Gosport got plenty of room to defend. And Tarbach, he makes it even easier. So the defenders don't have to defend as he wins the ball and he passes back into Charlie Vasmer. Vasmer chips it over the Taunton midfield straight into Woodhouse. So, and Woodhouse, he's got a chance to run out the Gosport defence, but Vasmer, he comes striding forward, blocking the ball, and the reflection just narrowly went into the path of Harry Lee, a little too far in front of him, and it's gone for a throw on the far side, where Hodgkinson, he's passed it back into goalkeeper Parks. Parks solely responsible for the second goal. So we'll be looking for a lot of redemption within the last quarter of an hour, as it is Gosport 3, Taunton 1. Who would have thought that in the first half for any new listeners?
No one, because it just didn't look that was going to be the way
Exactly.
it went. But yeah, it's quite the turnaround.
Well, Nielsen, he has been brought down midway inside this Gosport half, so they have got a chance. A good little set piece here in a good area. We alluded to Smith earlier, one big body. I'm trying to look at the big ones. Morden, another big one, but it's taken short, and it has gone into Nielsen. Nielsen firing high and wide of Gosney's crossbar. He will not want to watch that back, as it is a horrific shot. Ambitious, at least he is taking a shot, but would have rather probably done a pass, maybe done a forward pass into Smith and carved an attack through that way. And the referee just telling Gosney to hurry up his goal kick. And this is where Gosport want to take as much time as possible. And they're being cheeky here. But Gosney, he's chipping a ball, trying to find Finney Walsh-Smith, but fizzles back into Harry Lee, who flicks it over his head. It looked like it was going to pick Asher Yearwood, but it just goes out on the far side, which we'll see Hodgson take a shot thrown into Smith. It's been well read by Agbesi. And Gosport counter-attacking now again as Asher Yearwood leads the line. He does a through ball. It looked as though it was going to pick out Alfie Stanley, but instead picked out Woodhouse, who was slightly in front of the striker there. We know with Alfie Stanley's pace, he could have just pounced there. It's a good defending, and well done, Woodhouse, for holding him back. And Jeremy, I just want to say, in the opening 70 minutes, I mean, like we were saying, it has been a stark contrast from the second half. But I feel like one player that has really stood out for me today, who's been a little bit of a shocker, is Paul Agbesi in the midfield area. He's really been controlling that area, making sure Taunton couldn't carve any attacks.
He's made the most of the opportunity given to him. And
Actually, yeah.
Asher's had a good game as well. Yes, I would say that. But I think it just shows you how important those three players are that came on the break, and you've returned more or less to your first choice starting lineup now, with a couple of exceptions. Now here's the change.
Well, we can confirm there will be a change. It is going to be Oppie Edwards. He's coming on, and coming off will be Eddie Jones.
Okay, thank you, gents.
Failed again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Taunton substitution coming on number 4, Open Edwards, replacing number 2, Eddie Jones.
And that one, Jeremy, just looks for like, I suppose, replacement. Fullback for a fullback.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he slots in here. I think it might be a tactical shift, if I'm honest with you. Taunton looking to change formation because they've got just under a quarter of an hour to sort of find their way back into this. Just as Gosport were thinking, how do they get back into a scenario?
But Agbesi with a long through ball works its way onto Harry Lee, left of the penalty box. He chops in, he chops out, he wriggles away from Hodgson, and he's still maintaining the ball and does well to pass it onto Asher Yearwood, who flicks it back to Tarbach. Tarbach initially lining up a short, instead passes into Harry Kavanagh, strolling down the right, edge of the right-hand box. He's got Tarbach on the overlap, but cuts in, he's going to go for a low-driven shot, and it's just wide of the right post. It was deflected. It was headed on target then, and good link-up play from Tarbach and Kavanagh.
Yeah, again, Gosport's, this is the way I want to see Gosport play. When they get into
so much more interesting as well.
Yeah, when we get into the opponent's final third, that's what I want to see them doing.
I agree with that.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
And Tarbach, he's got a chance to make it 4 now. As he lifts his arm in the air with his green boots, he flicks one in towards the near post. Finley Walsh-Smith leads it for Charlie Vasmer, and it flicks into the palms of Punks there in goal. you can see what they were doing with that set piece. Just, yeah, it didn't really come into fruition there, where Charlie Vasmer didn't have that opportunity to just swing his boot at it.
Yeah, I think. Do we make another change? I don't think we need to at this point.
I wouldn't change it.
The onus is on Taunton to change it up, to try and find a way back in. Gosport did what they did at half time, and look how it's played. Oh,
And the lovely ball has worked onto Stanley. Stanley flicks it over, and what a goal that is! Alfie Stanley, that is audacious. The young striker from 25 yards out flicks it over, parks in goal. Morrison, what an assist that was! I swear you won't see many goals better this season. It was flicked in towards Stanley, and Stanley, pure audacious. 2 goals at home in his last 2 outings here at the AEI Stadium. The young striker loves playing here, and it's turning into a horror evening for Taunton. What a goal!
Number 11, Alfie Stanley.
Stanley will not get many goals better than that this season, Jeremy.
I'm actually just struggling to comprehend what's
My goal! Yeah.
You know, an hour ago we were like, we're not going to win this, and now 4-1 ahead with 12 on the clock. It's okay, but yeah, you will not see many better goals than that, because all right, the keeper had come out, but you can still lob it and miss by a mile. But
Yeah.
perfectly executed. And Alfie Stanley, wow, yes.
What?
So Gosport now are in sight of the next round, but there is still 10 minutes to go. So let's still not be complacent here, but they are in sight of it now, and the door is starting to open.
Definitely.
So James is updating our ex-viewers, if I have to say ex. But Gosport now in a very, very strong position here to go through to the next round of the trophy. But you look at this score and you think to yourself, well, how did this happen? Because in the first half, Taunton had the better of it. Okay, can someone dictate that?
Behind.
550. But is that okay to go out? Yeah, go and ask him. Just ask him, confirm it's 550 and confirm it's okay to go out. Sorry, we're just getting the attendance through. Taunton now just coming forward down the right-hand side with Oakley Edwards. Gosport get the benefit of that decision. They get the free kick. But I think Taunton's frustration just starting to show just a little out there now, whereas before they've been very in control. But you have to say, it's a long way back for them now. 4-1 down with 10 to play.
Yeah, 550.
Happy to go out, yeah? Okay. But goal kick then, to a free kick then rather, to Gosport, to be taken by Gosney just outside his area for Gosport Borough. So Gosport Borough 4, Taunton 1. Just the absolute polar opposite to what we were discussing an hour ago at the end of the first half. Absolutely. You just didn't expect that. But their second half performance has been outstanding.
Oh, they're back on the attack again. Can Stanley get his second?
Really hard here. Stanley holds the ball up. Kavanagh now with the right hand side. Tarbuck. The ball just been played around the edge of the area. Gosport still trying to make something here, but Taunton are clearing their lines here. And that should be the end of it. Yeah, free kick. How are you back?
Just finishing off this last. There will be a yellow plucked to Paul Bessie. Yeah.
Bessie. I think that's a Bessie, yeah. Yellow card at Bessie, 15.
Well, I'm speechless, I suppose, after what a stark contrast.
It is a total contrast to the first half, but the second half, Gosport have been absolutely outstanding.
Oh, Taunton, they literally fully shifted the momentum of this game, and it's incredible what 3 small changes can have on such a scale of a game. Because Taunton, they have not looked on it this second half, and I think it is just because how much Gosport have controlled this second half.
Well, clearly Pat and Joe decided,
but they're giving the Smith on the edge of the box, and Finney Smith, he redeems for his the team's mistakes there. So he looks to clear it away from the danger zone. And it looks to find Dan Wooden. We've already seen one clearance work as a wonder pass, and it looks to do the same for Dan Wooden, as he does well to wriggle away from Parrington. There are appeals for a penalty there. It looked like, I would have said Dan Wooden, it looked like he tumbled on himself there.
I didn't get a good look at that to make a judgment call on it, to be fair, but the referee says no. Well, we'll see it later, but I didn't get a good enough look at that, if I'm honest.
Well, I mean, Taunton, they are coming forward as it was Hutchinson. He lays the ball into number 15. He passes it back into Smith. Smith, the captain, they're coming forward. And now it's Molden with the ball. He tries to strike a ball towards goal, and it's easily gathered by Gosney and goal. And it's AEI Stadium. The fans around the ground is fully erupting. And it does look as though Gosport will be making a substitution, as I have just seen the board wriggle up. The only substitution that I could think of would be Rory Williams coming on.
That's it. I would do that.
I wouldn't. I would leave it the same. I would.
I'm keeping fresh personally.
Especially with how we're playing at the
I
moment.
think what they could do is give a fantastic opportunity to young
Keen Towers, yeah.
Because what a game to introduce him to.
Yeah.
To further his education at this level of football. Because he's a young lad.
Attacking player as well, and he would fit nicely into this style of game. Maybe and take him off for a down Wooden. That'd be my like for like. Yeah.
And you'd be looking to, it would be logical to take Dan off. But we'll see.
Yeah, try and save him for Paul.
What we do know is there's 7 to play. Gosport 4-1 up.
Well, Paul Agbesi, he's looking to make it 5 as he's coming down the right-hand channel as he is brought down. It was a strong challenge there from Alfie Molden. We will just see the substitution now, as it will be Keane Taus, and it is literally what we were saying. It's Dan Whidding coming off, and it will be Keane Taus coming on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gosport a substitution. Coming on number 18, Keane Taus, replacing number 9, Dan Whidding.
And what a roar and what an interception he's got coming off to that one. He's played his part today, Jeremy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Dan Whidding knows his place in the history books is very, very secure.
Yeah.
And again, the experience and the talisman that he is has made a big, big difference. So that's a brilliant substitution, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Keane. I remember his first game when he was playing against Pompey. He played a big part in scoring our goal, and if he can do that against the champion opposition, imagine what he can do today.
Yeah, I think he's got a chance just to go out there and try and enjoy himself now. There's 6 minutes of this game left plus stoppages. Gosport 4-1 up, and at the moment looking in a good position. But so it's a good position for Keane to come onto and just get a little bit of real-time experience out there. I think it's a lovely change, personally. Just about to get the attendance out. The next opportunity. Just have to make sure you're happy, right? Yes.
Oh, you're all right, Greg.
Cool. What a turn. Yeah. So much trouble from their fans. But let's just James is tweeting.
Yeah.
So let's just carry on. Taunton with the corner from the right hand side. Okay, so Gosport need to be on their guard here because the opportunity is for them to pull a goal back. The ball comes in for and header wide. And now let's get the attendance out. Ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance at the AEI Stadium this afternoon is 550. 550. Thank you for your support.
And Jeremy, 550 here at the AEI Stadium. And considering this is a cup game, it's a good attendance.
Yeah, I think because it's always a bit of a sticking point with the supporters that they won't have been able to use their season tickets today. But anybody that complains about it, I say, well, right to the FA. Because that's the rules. That is what they are. You cannot use season tickets for FA competitions, period. So that always does have a bearing on the gate that people then have to find £12, £13.
I can understand that, admittedly. Yeah. Oh, they've definitely got their money's worth today. I mean, after the first half, I bet they were all looking for their refunds, but after the second half, been totally different. And exactly why you've got to support your team through thick and thin, Jeremy. Gorski has had a brilliant game. Yeah. He's kept them in the game. He has.
And also, I will go as much to say,
I think Harry Lee's been exceptional.
Bessie has had a good game as well. But I would probably go so far. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the context of it, Gosney with his first half saves kept Gosport at 1-0 when they could have easily been 2 or 3 down.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is a fact.
The difference.
Yeah. That is a fact. They could have gone into the break 3-0 down.
And Keane Towsey's won the ball just outside the box as he lays a through ball into Yearwood. Yearwood takes it past the goalkeeper, and the referee gives a penalty after Yearwood is tripped. Keane Towsey's only been on the pitch for 5 minutes or so, and look what he's done already.
Wow, Keane too to set that up, and Yearwood went down. So we're going to see who gets to take this spot kick with 3 minutes left.
I was going to say 87th minute, 4-1 up, could potentially be 5.
It is going to be Asher.
He deserves it.
It is going to be Asher. So he has the opportunity to put an extra layer of icing on the cake with 88 minutes on the clock. But
What can Asher Yearwood do here?
penalties are like, folks. So let's hope Asher keeps his head.
He takes 3 steps backwards from the penalty spot. He gives the goalkeeper the dead eyes. And he rolls it in the bottom left corner. And Gosport make it 5-1 against Taunton. Who would have thought that today? The fans around the AI Stadium are fully erupting. You can see flags around the ground there flying. Fans hugging each other, and Asher Yearwood adding to the triumph that is now 5-1 to Gosport Borough. A horrendous first half, but this second half has been nothing short of exceptional. And Gosport are 5-1 up at the AI Stadium.
Asher Yearwood!
What a cool, calm penalty under pressure,
Very,
Jeremy.
very calm and collected from Asher there, and it really does ice the cake now, doesn't it? Gosport now almost definitely and certainly through to the second round of the FA Trophy. The first time they've got that far in 10 years.
Yeah. Is it that far?
Yeah.
The best, Sweet Caroline.
Restarts.
Another one by Star Heroes.
Heroes. So, yeah, so Gosport now can look forward to the next round draw on Monday. The next round of the competition is on Saturday, the 16th of November. So it'll be interesting to see who it will be. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, what's going on here though? Yeah, Harry Kavanagh gets a yellow. I'm not sure if that's another one that will count against him for next week. I'm not sure he's on the list for one that needed to be careful. But
Yeah.
yeah, so the next round of the trophy is on Saturday, the 16th of November, and if I'm not mistaken, the National League sides come in at that point.
National League as well. Yeah.
I need to check on that.
Well, if that was the case, imagine drawing an Eastleigh, someone like that. How cool that would be. Yeah.
I need to check on that, but I think 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes.
Well, they've definitely kept the media team busy here, haven't they, Jeremy, today?
I mean,
I haven't stopped tweeting all day in this second half.
It has been a truly remarkable game of football. Truly remarkable. The first half and the second half are like night.
Exactly. I would say exactly the same. Would you go?
Go on.
Oh, no, you still go. Sorry.
Just saying, in the first half, Gosport weren't at the races. Taunton turned up, played really well. Should have gone into the interval 3-0 up. They didn't. Gosport then made a huge tactical switch at half-time, and they've come out with a fantastic performance, and they've absolutely destroyed the visitors in the second half.
And do you think it's because how terrible we were against Marlow? It's just pure redemption trying to impress the fans tonight in arguably our best performance this season.
Belatedly, because the first half wasn't great, and I thought we were in for more of the same, to be frank. But then that second half, it's just wow.
Yeah.
It's just
Nobody could have said this. Nobody could have said this.
No. But that's what makes it all the more satisfying.
Yeah,
really.
I have to agree with that.
That is why I think Gosney gets my vote as man of the match, because without his saves in the first half, Taunton would have been out of sight.
Exactly right. Yeah. Real team performance. I know the attackers, they will get all the credit today. Stanley, he righteously deserves a bow. Wooden, Yearwood. If I'm being honest, the second half, I would give it to a lot of players if I could this man in the match. And considering our last game, I'm pretty sure the Chefs got man in the match.
But also in the context of it, without Gosney's efforts in the first half, this game would have gone down a very different path.
Yeah. Well, if you were 3-0 down, And also, you have to think this would give great confidence to a lot of players. And we will now see Rory Williams. He will enter the pitch for the last few minutes here at the AI Stadium. I would imagine that would be a time-wasting tactic. You would have to think.
Because I thought keeping fresh for next week. Because
Yeah.
you've got Flintlands on Tuesday in the Portsmouth Senior Cup, and I think they'll really mix that squad up. But next Saturday away at Poole is a tough assignment, especially with players missing.
Is this where you bring off for Harry Lee, I suppose? That would be the most obvious change.
I don't know, because Rory plays at the back, so I'm wondering if that might be a Kavanagh or a Morrison coming off, if they're going to do it. But we've got only 2 minutes left of stoppage time, so I'm wondering what the point.
I would agree with you on that.
We keep him completely fresh for next week.
Yeah, so well, I won't be making that tweet.
I don't know, but I mean, he's still at the board. So, but you look at the clock. We've got 90 seconds.
I don't think there'd be enough time.
We've got 90 seconds left, so I really can't see the point of it.
Well, I was just uploading my full-time graphic. I uploaded 1-0 down, and we are now 5-1. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
So we are making that final change. Harry Lee.
Harry Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, Gospel Borough substitution coming on number 3, Rory Williams. Replacing number 17, Harry Lee.
He's been phenomenal.
Right. The added time. I don't change my mind. I didn't see the need for that, but
Can you pinch me and tell me the score again?
I'll hit you. But yes, it's just, I think that's really possibly to waste a few more seconds, because I don't see what other reason they would do for doing it. But Taunton still coming forward. They are looking now for what would be a consolation goal. But yeah, we are into the last 30 seconds of this now here at the AEI. Gospel Borough 5, Taunton Town 1. Now, yeah, I mean, you hear that and you think, how?
I'm just looking at the scoreline now, the graphic, and it just does not look right after that first half.
But then you've got to, I think you break it up into phases. Gosney kept us in it in the first half.
And the referee has blown his final whistle. Triumph around the stadium as Gosport will be in the round for the next round of the FA Trophy after defeating Taunton. Yes, 5-1. Who would have thought it after being 1-0 down at the AI Stadium? Gosport, they were relentless in that second half. Alfie Stanley with a beauty of a goal. Ashley Yearwood down the wing causing carnage, and a real solid team performance today. Jeremy, perfection.
Yeah, second half anyway.
Yeah, second, yeah.
The second half certainly. I would say just as the final whistle went, James, I was just saying you break that down into 3 phases. First half, Taunton played really well. Gosney kept them in it, besides the goal that they did score. Okay, so rather than going to break 3-0 down, which I thought they might do, Gospel were in at 1-0 down. Then the management must take great credit for switching it up.
Yeah.
How they did, when they did, and then the second half side went out and blew Taunton away.
Yeah, and considering Taunton, they're not exactly a bad team, are they? One of the teams challenging for promotion. Pat and Joe said it was going to be a tough test. It wasn't the first half, but Gosport, they just proved to be way too powerful and emphatic today.
Well, they blew them away in the second half, and that's brilliant, because this is already our best FA Trophy run now since literally the year we got to the final, which was 10 years ago. Since
Wembley again, maybe.
No. Hang on a minute. But I'm just saying, this is the furthest we've got since that point, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, we are in the first round proper, so we'll be going into the second one now.
I think we got to the third round proper following season before losing the Braintree.
Mm.
So we'll see. The draw on Monday will be very, very interesting. And I'd like to see if that is the point that the National League clubs come in. But I'm not entirely sure on that, if I'm honest.
Well, if you National League teams did come in, who would be your dream door?
Eastleigh.
Eastleigh would be a cracker. Well, that is it from the AI Stadium, and we do finish the game 5-1 winners. The boys, they come off to a warm round of applause, and righteously so. But it has finished 5-1 here at the AI Stadium. Gosport 5, Taunton 1. And final words is us from always, up the borough.